Hey, you guys. I am so much more nervous than I thought I was going to be, and Instagram lives are so much more fun because you can put filters on. But I'm really excited to be here today. I am going to give it a second and see if anyone jumps on. I don't know what's better or worse, if people do come on or if people don't. Maybe it's easier if they don't. I'll show you what I'm using to calm my nerves. If you guys don't have this one, the CBD Calm, I live with this. I put the 600 milligram the extra strength on by my bed, and I put this one on during the day. I don't see anyone coming on here, so I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to start talking. I was going to share what I was putting on. So my other one is a perfume roller that has vetiver in it, you guys. If you haven't tried vetiver, I think it smells very manly. Like, I don't know. I love it. And then the two that I always just chug straight out of the bottle, Believe and Envision, especially when I'm doing anything work-related or, anything like this. Okay. So I figured what I would do is just sort of walk you through my journey with Young Living. It's been a bit over a year. I think I bought my first starter kit in March of 2019. Oh, hi. Have I just been talking to no one, Chelsea? You're so cute. Okay. Well, I hadn't really started. I've just been babbling to myself about my nerves and what I was using for them. Yeah. Okay. So it looks like you guys saw it. Okay. So anyway, I thought what I would do is just walk you through my story and kind of pinpoint the lessons I've learned throughout and maybe do a little summary at the end. I feel like my story might resonate with a lot of our new people because, hey guys, I am just an average person. I don't have a huge internet following. I'm not an influencer. I'm a mom who fell in love with the oils and this community. And so, hopefully, some of the lessons I've learned, you can learn from as well. So basically, let's see, early in 2019, I was having some emotional issues and some physical issues. I had a concussion. Oh, good. Comments are delayed. Okay. I'm just going to keep babbling then. I had a concussion and we were having some stress at home, and a therapist I saw gifted me with some oils, and I was really blown away. And at the same time, my good friend Chambry, who many of you guys know well, was posting about oils. She had this hashtag, but first oils. She still uses it a lot. Something about that really grabbed me. Chambry and I met when two of our kids were babies, but we hadn't really hung out or talked in probably literally 10 years. We were very close a long time ago. We stayed Facebook friends. So anyway, her post, but first oils, was jumping out at me. And I think it's so fun to retell this story because it's a really good example to you guys to not give up and never know. You'll never know who is going to be your yes or who's going to be important to you. So Chambry invited me online to a class at her house, and I said no. The timing was bad. 7:00 at night was tough. I was like, I can't do that. Then she invited me again, and I said no, but I said, I'm interested though, so maybe we can have coffee or something. So at that point, you guys, if you get that from someone, that's a yes. It just is going to take time from there forward. So we didn't meet for coffee. She sent me another invitation to something, and then the old starter kit, not the one with Peace and Calming and Valor, went on sale. And so she messaged me that, and I was like, okay, I'll get it. And then I got the kit, and I didn't really know what to do with it, and I ended up giving it to my mom, hi Lindsay, for her birthday. So I just gifted it away. But Chambry sent me a welcome package, and it had a sleep roller in it, and my daughter became obsessed with it. So I was like, oh, dang it. And then I watched a video, I think, in Breathe and Bloom, And then I watched another video on Breathe and Bloom, and I watched another video, and then I ended up buying another kit, and then I had dinner with Ashley and Chambry, and then I just went down the rabbit hole. What always struck me and what I've always been kind of in love with, in addition to the oils, is the community and all these girls. So that was a big part of it for me, even starting out. So at the beginning, we would have classes, and I would always make Chambry come because I did not have a lot of confidence, and Chambry did. And she's also a closer in terms of she knows how to use really positive conscious language. And I was always like, oh, is it too expensive? Or you don't have to, and things like that, which were so silly. It took me a long time to speak with confidence, even though I felt it on the inside, even though I loved the oils. We were using them like crazy. My husband would come home and ask for the diffuser to be on. My daughter has an oily routine. We were using them with my son. There was no reason for me to be lacking confidence in anything, but that's how it is. So I relied a lot on Chambry at the beginning, and Ashley, and then I was stacked into Chelsea Tate, and I relied a lot on her. I still do. We talk all the time, and it was so awesome having those girls to bounce ideas off of, and so things just kind of plugged along. I went to, I did all the online classes. We had classes in person, and the summer was good. We just slowly built. I can't remember what month I hit executive, but it was steady, slow progress. When the fall came, it's really exciting around here in the fall. You guys will see, with Black Friday and all the things and sales, and it gets really exciting. So that was all really great. And then around that time, I think it was October, November, we started doing like hardcore in-person classes at Ashley Stock's house. And so she was running the classes, and we would just invite the people and invite the people and invite the people. And it was so much fun. I mean, there were so many times where I had no one show up, or I, didn't even invite anyone. I just went because being with the girls, being with this crew was what I loved it, and I was always learning. There's always something to be learning from Ash. And so we were just cranking. Yeah, Lindsay, remember the Sage Bundle classes? Oh my gosh, we did so many. So we started, we were spending a ton of time, and it kind of evolved to where I feel like I almost was too reliant on that. I wasn't really running my own business. I was just inviting people to Ashley's house, and it kind of worked through November, December, but come January, my OGV, everything just tanked. And when I took a hard look at my situation and my business, I realized that I had kind of stopped putting in the personal work, and I had dropped the connections with people online. And so at that point, I felt I just started getting back online. Hey, Chelsea. And connecting with people and spending more time on other people's Facebooks and Instagrams than my own, and really putting in the work. And that is when I learned about the 90-day rule, because it is totally true. Like if you look at my OGV chart, it like hits a high at, what do they call it? Black Friday. And then it like tanks because I stopped putting in the work. And then you'll see it go back up, and it was like around March when things started to pick back up. And that was my January and February work of connection, personal connection. And we were also still doing classes at Ashley's house, but we had changed gears, and we were doing more educational classes, and they were so fun. Again, we were doing oils and crystals. We were doing like hormones and oils, and Chambry had us all like cracking up about, libido oils and all these different things. And it was so fun. And again, like I felt like my why was being really nurtured, because that was part of it. Like I was there with the girls, and we were doing it, and we were having fun. And I don't even think I was like enrolling that much at that point, but I loved it. We were learning it. So we were doing it. But again, during that time, after like in the beginning of the year, we were doing a lot of personal growth work, and Ash was really pushing us to dig deep, and she was pushing me. She was having me teach things in person, which was really, really scary. And she talked, I'm like gonna start crying. She talked so much about being brave. She talked so much about being brave long before we really had to be brave, you guys. We thought we were being brave going live, or you know, I used to not want to go online because my mom would judge me for what I posted, and I used to think like I was afraid of that. And so things were trucking along, and I remember the beginning of April, we were all so excited. We had done so many classes, and we had built this community and this team, and we were all so close. And I'm getting a tissue. It's actually an old dirty paper towel, but I'm gonna use it anyway. And I remember that April team call, like it was yesterday. Ashley asked us to share highs and lows, and we were in COVID, and we were in lockdown, and schools were canceled, and we were so confused, and she was so confident and so encouraging, and we were going to start a new group called this push group, and we were going to meet every week. And it was like just this time of growth. And I just remember so much learning and personal growth and just coming out of my shell during that time. And then that Easter, I'll never forget that day when my kids had done their thing and played and had all their chocolate, and I picked up my phone for the first time, and I saw the text from Chambry about Ash being at Children's Hospital alone because of COVID. And like, you guys, that's what brave is. That's what brave is. And that was just such a moment for me, and I think for all of us. You know, it was like, you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. You just never know. So that was a big, huge, obviously a turning point for all of us. I was like, we had it so good, and we didn't know we had it so good. Sorry, you guys. So anyway, the thing was, you know, Ash was at the hospital. Things got really intense. You know, obviously you guys followed along with that journey. So many of you are here because of it, which we're so grateful. But, you know, Ash was gone. Chambry was gone. And it was like, you know, I relied on them so much for the business. Like, I just sort of was on their coattails, like coasting, and we were doing stuff. And then all of a sudden it was like, well, what are we going to do? And it was such a moment of like, well, we're going to fucking keep going. Like, we're going to do it. Like, to use my language, but like, I was like, this is what, there's no choice. Like, this is Ashley's baby. She's put her heart and soul in this. Like, it's not going anywhere. Like, it's going to be here when she gets back. And that's the only thing that we can do, that I can do. I couldn't help her at the hospital. You know, I couldn't help her, but I knew that we could help her this way. And so I put out a call to all the girls who had kind of said yes to me, or partial yeses, or different things. I didn't have like a crazy builder situation going, but I put out a call to the girls, and I was like, you guys, like, I'm freaking doing this, and who's going? And Chelsea Emery was like, I am. And I was like, okay, that's it, we're going. And we just ran as hard as we could. I just stopped being afraid. I started showing up online. I told people, it was early May, I was like, you guys, I freaking love this stuff. You need it. It's Mother's Day. You all need it. And everybody's like, okay, you're right. I learned so much in that time of everything that Ash and everyone had been teaching me over the year. It was like you took the training wheels off, and like, push, just go. All my insecurities, all my fears were so silly compared. I mean, when you had COVID and you had what Ashley was going through, like, together, like, all this stuff was nonsense, like the little stuff. So and I really learned a lot about my why in that time too. And I think a lot of my why is this community and these girls and these people, because that was it. Like, I had the strongest why, and it was everything that had been poured into me. It was time for me to give it back. And so that's when things really picked up. And it wasn't like, for me personally, I did not meet a bunch of girls online through Stevie. It was the work that I had put in January, February, March. Those people, those seeds grew and flourished, and those were my enrollments, and that's what was happening. And then I had Chelsea, who just like threw her heart and soul into it. And it was the first time. I mean, it was a full year of doing the business before I had a builder running as hard as I was running. So for those of you who are starting and you're floundering, like, it doesn't all happen overnight. It can. We've seen it in our groups, and people, their businesses are blooming, but it took a year for me to find that person to like take my hand and run with me as a builder on my own team. And that is when, obviously Silver became a possibility, and she is the best human, Ash. And so we just tried everything we could try. We tried things, we failed at things, we laughed our asses off. We did classes that were huge bombs. We just tried so much stuff, and we just had each other. And then Chelsea Tate has been there for me on the other end, on the Voxer, like listening and just tried to do what we could do to keep things going. And then I'm going to turn my notes over. And then basically at that point, it was like when I took ownership of my own business, when I started to have a leadership mentality, when I let go of fear, that's when Silver became a possibility. And at that point, and you guys will experience this as well, when you are hustling and when you're giving it your all, and when things are coming together, your upline also will come in and carry you over the line. Sorry, I'm gonna cry again. Because that's what happened for me. And even from her darkest place, Ash and Sham and those girls, they pulled me over the finish line. And that's what this is all about, you guys. It's like we're reaching this summit, and it's beautiful, and you're reaching up to the person above you, and you're reaching down to the one below you, and you guys we're all pulling each other up to the top, and there's always a hand to grab, always. And it's not just about oils, like there's someone's hand to grab for everything. If you need them, they're there for you. So, yeah, so that was kind of the story. That's how it happened. And, that was my start to Silver. And I would say, I made some notes. I'm looking at them. The things that I would say are key things I learned is, the value of this amazing team and our incredible upline, all of them. They're so incredible. They are here for us all the way. It doesn't matter if you have started today, a year. It doesn't matter if you have gone away and come back, if you have flourished or faltered. It doesn't matter. They're here for you. And and when you're ready to push and when you're ready to make your business bloom, those people are there to support you. The other lesson I learned early on, and it's something that kind of comes naturally to me, but is to be generous and give, not just of your stuff, but your time, your heart, because that's what this business is about, is connection. And so the more you give out, the more people want a part of that. So just being open and generous. I also wanted to make sure to say that, like, when I started this, I think I had 400 Instagram friends and 0 oily friends, obviously. My Instagram has grown. I did a giveaway last month where I got a lot of new fun friends on there, but you don't have to be an influencer or someone amazing to do this. You just have to connect with people, and you might not think you have a sphere of people to connect with, but you do. And if you just dig into yourself and you figure out who you are, what are your strengths, what are your interests, maybe you haven't even totally gotten into your interests yet, but spend some time thinking of that, because you will find a network for sure. My other note was, trying to change your mentality. When I stopped just sort of following and started leading, that was the big shift. Ash is asking about my hair. Okay, so I showered at like noon, and my hair takes forever to dry. So what I did was I half blow dry it with a blow dryer until it was all frizzy and gross, and then I put it in braids, and then I tried to blow dry the braids, and then right before I went live, I pulled them out. So it's probably going to turn into a frizzy mess in a little bit, but that's my trick. And then my very last tip, you guys, is, and Danielle Berklio taught me this, is like, you guys, bathe and believe. It really works. And you got to believe in your heart that you're in the right place. You were put here for a reason. If you came here through Stevie, there's a reason for that. If you have been here long before that, you know that this is the place to be, and that every time I would doubt, something would happen where I would get a nice text message or I don't know, any little thing, and it would always make me laugh, and I would text Ash and be like, oh my gosh, I just got another sign every time. So just remember, believe, you guys, and we keep talking about your why, but it's true. So much of my why is this team and you guys, and it's just so amazing, all these new girls, and you guys can feel it. It's family. You know, you meet these girls and you barely know them, and you're like, have that soul connection. And so anyway, I'm really excited to grow with you guys and put gold on my goal list. And now there's so many new amazing people to run with, and that's it. So I love you guys. Thanks for listening. Sorry about all the crying and the sniffling and the paper toweling. And I love you guys. Talk to you later.